What if healthy love feels wrong to you? Not because it is wrong, but because your nervous system learned to associate love with emotional instability. Because for a lot of people, peace does not immediately feel safe. Sometimes it just feels unfamiliar. And unfamiliar emotions can feel strangely empty at first. No obsession, no panic, no emotional high, just calm. Most people think chemistry means butterflies, constant thinking, wanting someone all the time, checking your phone every few minutes. But anxiety and attraction activate the body in very similar ways. And sometimes, what you call chemistry is actually emotional uncertainty. Because uncertainty keeps the nervous system alert. You start overanalyzing texts, replaying conversations, waiting for reassurance. And weirdly enough, your brain can mistake that emotional activation for depth.
And sometimes people do not even realize they are anxious. They just think, this person makes me feel alive. When really, their nervous system just never gets a chance to fully relax around them.
A healthy person usually does not do that to you. They reply consistently, they communicate directly, they do not disappear emotionally just to come back more intensely later. There is less guessing, less emotional chaos, and at first, that can feel almost too quiet. Like, wait, that's it? No adrenaline, no emotional roller coaster, no feeling like you're about to lose them every 5 minutes. Just someone being there. And honestly, I think this is the part nobody warns you about. Sometimes healthy love feels boring because your body was trained to expect emotional struggle. So when struggle disappears, your brain starts feeling like something is missing. Because calm people do not activate the part of you that is addicted to earning love. Toxic relationships often create very fast attachment. Everything feels intense immediately. You talk for hours. You feel seen. You think, this is different. But emotional intensity is not always intimacy. Sometimes it is just emotional flooding. Sometimes two wounded nervous systems recognize each other instantly. And honestly, that recognition can feel intoxicating.
Because unpredictability creates anticipation. And anticipation can feel very similar to connection. You start waiting for small moments, small signs, small reassurances, and somehow,
They begin feeling emotionally enormous. Because if someone keeps you emotionally uncertain, you stay focused on them. Your brain starts chasing relief. One good text suddenly feels euphoric. One affectionate moment feels enormous. Because if someone gives you very little emotionally, you start treating basic affection like proof of love. And little by little, some people never fell in love with the person. They fell in love with finally being wanted by them. That is not love. That is anxiety with attachment.
and honestly, sometimes people stay attached.
Not because they feel emotionally safe, but because the inconsistency keeps them emotionally occupied. The relationship becomes the center of their emotional world, even when it hurts. And I think deep down, a lot of people already know this. They just do not really want to admit that. And maybe part of you would rather call it lack of chemistry, because that feels less uncomfortable. then admitting peace feels unfamiliar now.
And I think that realization can feel strangely uncomfortable at first. Because healing is not always emotionally exciting. Sometimes
It just feels quiet. Maybe the relationships that felt the most powerful were also the ones dysregulating you the most. Healthy attachment usually feels slower, less cinematic at first, more subtle. You learn the person gradually instead of becoming emotionally consumed immediately. And yes, sometimes that slower pace feels like lack of chemistry, especially when your body still expects love to feel emotionally intense. But healing changes your definition of attraction. Slowly, you stop romanticizing inconsistency. You stop craving people who confuse you. You stop interpreting anxiety as passion. And eventually, you realize emotional safety is not boring. It is just quieter than chaos. Some people do not actually miss the relationship. They miss having someone emotionally consume their attention all day. And maybe that sounds harsher than I mean it to, but if you've experienced this, you probably know exactly what I mean. And honestly, maybe part of you still misses the intensity sometimes, and maybe that is hard to admit.
And maybe part of healing is learning that love does not always need to consume your thoughts, to still be real. Maybe safety just feels quieter.
Than what you are used to. Because healthy love usually does not arrive like a storm. It arrives like consistency, like calm, like someone whose presence does not make your body panic. And at first, that can feel almost invisible to a person who learned to associate love with emotional survival. But over time, it starts feeling different, not boring, not empty. Just safe enough for your nervous system to finally rest